My new apartment came with one rule and breaking it changed everything. When I moved into my new apartment, I thought I had gotten incredibly lucky. The rent was cheap, the location was perfect, and the building looked surprisingly nice for the price. The landlord only gave me one strange rule. Before handing over the keys, he looked me directly in the eye and said, "Never open apartment 407. I laughed because I thought he was joking, but he wasn't. He repeated it again and then walked away. I didn't think much about it for the first few weeks. Life was normal. I went to work, came home, and barely interacted with my neighbors. Then one night I noticed something odd. Every apartment on my floor had lights on except 407. It was completely dark. I asked one of my neighbors about it. He immediately changed the subject and walked away. That reaction made me curious. Over the next few days, I started paying more attention. No one ever entered 407. No one ever left it. Yet every morning a fresh newspaper appeared outside the door. One evening, I couldn't resist anymore. I walked down the hallway and stood in front of the apartment. The door looked old and untouched. Then I noticed something lying on the floor. A small piece of paper had slid out from underneath the door. I picked it up. My heart nearly stopped. The note had my name written on it. I quickly looked around the hallway, but nobody was there. The note contained only one sentence. "Don't let them know you found this." I barely slept that night. The next evening, I returned to apartment 407. The door wasn't locked. I hesitated for a moment before pushing it open. The apartment was completely empty. No furniture. No decorations and nothing except a table sitting in the center of the living room. On top of the table was a thick folder. I opened it and felt my stomach drop. The folder contained photographs of me, hundreds of them. There were pictures from my childhood, my school years, and even photos taken just days earlier. Some had clearly been taken through my apartment window. Then I reached the final page. My hands started shaking. It was a copy of my lease agreement, but the signature wasn't mine. Lease, not the one I remembered signing. The bottom was a photograph attached with a paperclip. The picture showed a man standing in front of this exact apartment building. He looked exactly like me. Same face, same eyes, same everything. Then I noticed the date written on the back. The photograph had been taken 12 years ago.